Let's bring in Cathy Lynn Taylor now. She's a Republican strategist and former advisor to President George W. Bush. Hello.
Hi, good to see you.
Outsiders get vetted, not new information.
No, it's not new information. And look, there's, if somebody says 50 years ago that they saw Johnny and they called his shirt blue, and now Johnny's saying, well, he really called my shirt aqua, then that's a little bit of a witch hunt. But you have numerous stories now with some embellishment. And the challenge is that this is the question that it really raises. Ben Carson has had two careers. He's been a physician, and for the past few years, he's been a storyteller, selling his books and telling this rags to riches, do good story. And the challenge is that this doesn't really add up to that. You would not think a physician of his stature and a storyteller of his credibility in the past would then all of a sudden not check every fact, would not dot their I's and cross their T's, and would be able to be very substantive on a lot of issues where he hasn't shown a lot of substance up to date, healthcare being one of them. And so when Donald Trump says it's strange, it is a little strange to reconcile or marry the two Ben Carsons.
The attacking the media on the question, though, it's not a new thing, but it seems to be working brilliantly for him. Even though he's still not answering the question, he's still messing with the media, and that seems to be a plus.
Well, one thing we've seen is when liberal media swipes, conservatives swipe back, but they swipe their credit cards and send donations to their favorite candidates. I think this may change tomorrow night, because tomorrow night you have a little bit of a smaller debate than we've had in the past, 8 instead of 12 or 10. You have very, very substantive moderators and a commitment, I think, to make sure that policy issues are the discussion at hand. And so, Carson has faded, and Trump has a bit too in the previous debates. Are they going to be able to hold their own tomorrow night? It's going to be a tough question for him.
Do you see any evidence, anything from polling or from inside the Republican Party that suggests that anyone on the Republican side cares about policy? Because so far, every bit of polling has indicated they're worried about personality and being an outsider, but if there's a policy concern, we can't find it in the data.
Well, I think everybody's concerned about policy, but people are just so frustrated, and all the polls have shown that as the most consistent and prevailing trait that any poll has asked about, right? So they may feel this way about one candidate today and another way tomorrow, but what has been consistent is that people are frustrated. And so they've gravitated towards people who are speaking to that frustration. That's one of the problems that Jeb Bush has had. He's speaking about himself. He needs to speak about what he's going to do for America, for voters. That will help him a lot. So I do think people very much care about the issues. It's too hard for too many people still, and the messages that have spoken to that issue have worked. Now it's time to get into the details behind that.
Well, I for one look forward to the debate.
I do too. It's going to be really exciting.
It's going to be a good one. Cathy, It's so nice to see you. Thank you.
You too. Thanks.